Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. It's time again for the knife of the day. This is when I go through my knife collection. All four Pelican cases that are jam-packed, full of knives. We've started with the Spyderco knives. We're continuing until we're done with that collection. Then we move on to all the other knives. Chris Reeve, Browse blades, Striders, Hinderers, custom knives, case knives, a whole bunch of knives. I figured it'll take about a year, one knife at a time, one day at a time, to go through the entire collection. Today, the knife of the day is a strange one. It's a one of a kind for my collection, at least. And it is the Spyderco Leeuw friction folder. Yeah, friction folder. Now, I was surprised when this was the follow-up from Philippe Leeuw, the custom maker. He makes a lot of traditional slip joints, but let me tell you something. This was the Leeuw, the Myrtle. Was a Philippe Leeuw knife that was released in 2016. I'm recording this in 2017. Carbon fiber, marble carbon fiber, titanium. Look at that big blade with that funky recurve. And then the next knife is a friction folder. Now, this is the only one that I have. I have a lot of slip joints. I like slip joint knives. Slip joints are non-locking knives. Friction folders are a little different. You see the tang? That's what you would call it on a fixed blade, right? Part of the blade comes down. Well, what a friction folder does is you open it up. You can, with this is, of course, a Spyderco. You can open it up a little bit with the Spidey hole, but the tang then, almost like a fixed blade, except it's a folding blade, moves into the handle. Your hand moves over the tang, which locks it into place. You see that? So that's the friction folder. You're providing that friction to keep that blade locked down in the tang. Well, this is the Leeuw, Spyderco Leeuw friction folder. I think it's the only friction folder that Spyderco has, at least to my knowledge. If you guys know that Spyderco has another friction folder, let us know down in the comments. This is a nice little knife. I always find it kind of hard to carry. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So we have a friction folder, and it's a nice size friction folder. It actually checks a lot of boxes if you're in a place that your knife has to be under 3 inches. Well, this is 2.9 inches. It has that choil right there that helps you really control that blade. On the back, locking in the tang, and then the forward choil. So that edge right there is a 2.6 inch edge, but being under 3, plus it's not a locking knife, remember? So it also checks that box if you're either overseas from the US or in another country from the US and you require a non-locking knife. This is a non-locking knife, and it's under 3 inches. Has a nice full flat grind, full flat grind from Spyderco, and they do that very well. It's a nice slicer, real nice slicer. VG10 steel. The entire size of it, and you'll see later when I compare it to some other knives, but to me, it feels almost in the hand and is almost the size of a native, a Spyderco native. If you're familiar with that knife, you'll see one at the end when I do my comparisons. Nice drop point. It's only 3 ounces. Now, the handle is a G10 handle, kind of smooth with a little bit of texture. So Spyderco is really good at smooth G10. This is not that smooth. It gives you some texture. You feel all those ridges in the handle, which gives you a little bit of grip. Yeah, righty or lefty, obviously, with the tang and the friction folder, right or left. One thing you probably has a little back right there of G10, but pretty much open except for that. You know, just move that here, easy to clean. There's one thing missing, two things really. One is a lanyard. They don't have a lanyard. And the other, you don't see a clip on this G10 handle, do you? Nah. And that's one reason I don't carry it much. It comes with a sheath. A leather sheath, and this is the clip on it. So you have, it's a nice clip, it works. So now you're talking about a sheath. And that's one reason they don't have lanyards either. You just pull out the whole sheath, or you pull it from the sheath and then open it up. This, my friends, is the Spyderco Philippe de Leeuw. Probably mispronouncing it like I mispronounce everything. Friction folder from Spyderco. It's the only friction folder I know from Spyderco. But if you guys know of another one, let me know. When you're talking about size, here's the Delica. And here's that native I was talking about. Wider blade than any of them. Full flat grind, which is perfect. And that, my friends, is the knife of the day. If you enjoy the Knife of the Day series, don't forget to like it, thumb up, share these videos, let people know that we're going through my collection one knife at a time, one day at a time. Subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notifications, and then hit that little bell. That little bell is your notification. Once you subscribe, their bell will pop up. Hit that, and they'll let you know when one of the videos are out. I follow hundreds of people on YouTube, and before I was like, how come I miss 5, 6 of their videos? Now I hit the notification to make sure it happens. Hey, you guys, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. You have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.